Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and here we have a set of 4 thumb turn lock bypass drivers. 4, you say? I can only count 3. Well, that's true, but this is basically what happened to the 4th one with very little effort. I tried to use it, the tip was a bit sharp and unfinished, got caught up in the back of a lock, and I tried to free it, and well, I'll come on to that a bit more in a minute, but yeah. These are the remaining 3. Thumb turn lock, yep, it's one of these, which means that it's a lock which can be operated from the inside using a thumb turn device and from the outside using a key. So these are drivers. They look a little bit like American lock or ABUS padlock bypass drivers. These are not the case. These actually push back the sprung cam mechanism, I guess, in the center of a thumb turn lock and allow you to manipulate the cam directly and maybe opening the door. You'll see that 2 of these are very, very thick, and the more useful one is actually this thin one here, which is just that little bit thinner. So this only works on a few, usually older locks. There are a surprising amount of locks that it does work on, but not many. And yeah, now the problem is with a lot of these is that the insides, there's a lot of parts of the internals where these drivers can catch on, and these are a bit sharp and more likely to catch on the insides of the lock, and that's what happened with this. This was actually attached here like that, but straight. I pop this into is actually this lock, which this should work on. It just got jammed at the back. I couldn't free it. I tried to pull it out, had to get some pliers on, and it's just crimped in to this aluminium handle. So this looks like it's just crimped in like this. And even as I was pulling this, all of the rubberized coating on here was starting to come off, even at the back. Now, oddly enough, this other one is better, more robust. It hasn't fallen apart, it hasn't caught. Maybe it's a little bit more rounded at the tip so it doesn't catch. But I think that it's safe to say that the quality control of these is really poor. And the fact is that these are just crimped in and not crimped in particularly well. So even for £10, which is all this set of 4 cost, it's a very hard recommend. These are not made robustly. I mean, even for cheap tools, and I'm a fan of cheap tools. Sometimes they work very well for the price. You know, you're not a professional. If you're just a curious picker, hobby picker, a couple of cheap tools, you know, they're a bit of fun. They're fine. It's you know, a few quid. You don't expect anything special, but I was absolutely shocked by how easy this was. This, you know, I wasn't like wrenching this out. You know, I was just gently trying to twist it and pull it at the same time. And yeah, then this came off, and then I had to use pliers to bend this myself. So I had something to grab hold of to pull the rest out, so I didn't leave this inside the lock. But yeah, just by trying to twist this and pull this out, the bond on this is, well, you can see here, it's just so rubbish onto this aluminium that yeah, this one basically disintegrated in my hand and the tip came out. Now, I haven't had the same problem with these 3, but I think that a quarter of your tools falling apart in your hands isn't a good sign. Now, the other thing to mention about this set is that, well, let's have a look. This is quite a wide keyway. And this is the thicker of the tools, which would be a bit more robust. But this struggles to get down that keyway at all. In fact, when I say struggles, I can't get it down the keyway. The only, then, well, you look at some other of these locks, which are a bit thinner, you can't even get the tip in. So what are these for? Well, there are some dimple locks and some other types of locks. I think there are some bi-lock and multi-lock variants, which might be able to be picked open. They have much wider keyway, so these could work in those. Obviously this is made in China, so maybe there are some Chinese locks these work on, but the only really useful one out of the 4 tools that I found was this. On its own, I'm still not sure that a working tool like this is worth 10 quid, just because it's just not made very well, truthfully, and will probably fall apart if you are unlucky. So it's a very, very hard recommend, this set. If you have a spare tenner, you might think it's worth the purchase, because getting hold of these thumb turn bypasses can be tricky. I probably wouldn't recommend buying them at all, even if you were a curious hobbyist, but you know, you might want to take that chance. I don't know. But I am interested in what you think, so please leave your comments about this set below. Have you used this set yourself? Have they held up over time, unlike my one? I'm really interested. I do read all the comments. I try to reply to as many as I can. If you like this video, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed and think I deserve your subscription, then please do consider subscribing. And of course, stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.